It's never been more important that we ask you to believe, to remember your why, to dream, to make a difference. Today, those asks have never been more important as we continue to focus on 5 key priorities: leadership, diversity, advocacy, membership, and programs, and continue to grow as the largest and strongest advocacy association for children. Advocacy. We will always embrace today to shape tomorrow. And advocacy is PTA's primary mission. We must support the education, physical and mental health, welfare, and safety of children and youth. We must continue to engage our members, educators, and the community by expanding awareness of public policies affecting children and families. We must equip New York State PTA leaders and members to become trusted messengers and champions for children and families. And it has been a challenging year, facing new difficulties and opportunities under the COVID-19 pandemic. But one thing remained: PTA's voice. PTA support for children and families, and PTA standing shoulder to shoulder with our schools to make every child's potential a reality. PTA members continued strong advocacy and led opposition to the legalization of recreational marijuana to ensure the safety and health of our children. We fought for increased funding for mental health support for students, including support for school guidance counselors, social workers, and mental health professionals and programs. We fought for our school aid, supports for children, whole child education, recess, pre-K, and K for all, and support for our English language learners, students, and families. New York State PTA was a leader in the No Vape New York initiative, which protected youth by enacting a ban on flavored e-cigarettes and e-liquids. We launched a new comprehensive COVID-19 webpage with resources for families, educators, and units, and began nearly weekly webinars and web chats on hot topics during school closure to support families. New York State PTA served on the governor's Reimagine School Reopening Council, working on plans for safe return to school, the only statewide education group to have a seat at the table. We served on the State Education Department's Reopening Task Force. We advocated for the elimination of the June Regents exams so all children could graduate without having to sit for the traditional exit exams. New York State PTA for revised guidance on supporting students with disabilities and for in-person summer instruction for certain students with disabilities. We launched the New York State PTA Meals Initiative, directly serving children, families, and community members with assisting in food insecurity and facilitation of WIC, SNAP, and other assisted programs. New York State PTA for tech equity and access to devices, Wi-Fi, and broadband for all New York State families. We supported our units and schools in reopening, continuing our now weekly web chats and webinars on topics including mental health, unit operations, advocacy, and family engagement. We advocated for the extension of the free student lunch program for all New York State school children. We continue to fight for a meaningful pathway for college or career for all children and expansion of career and technical education. We fought for a parent's rights to make educational decisions for their children. We continue to press for fair, limited, and developmentally appropriate diagnostic-only assessments. We called for expansion and funding to recovery high schools and the prevention and treatment of heroin and opioid abuse. Honoring our late Vice President, Susan Smoller, a tireless advocate for children, a reminder that the application for the Susan Smoller Commitment to Advocacy Youth Award is now open. But our work is never done because we are 240,000 advocates for children. Each and every day, they rely on us to uplift them, to support them, to make their potential a reality. There is no other important work.